Hi, this is Pod. On this clip, I will talk about the aspect of the camera and 3D environment in After Effects. So in this example here, we just finished to show you an example of import the scene into After Effects. Okay, so now I like to mention about the aspect of 3D and the camera in After Effects. So normally we treat the animation and elements in After Effects as 2D, two dimension only. But in After Effects, you have ability to add more space into that. Sometimes we call 2.5D. So basically, it's a 2D element in 3D environment, something like that. And also, you need to use work together in conjunction with the camera setting. Okay, now before we go ahead and working in the scene, I like to show you a basic example first. So I'm going to create a new composition, and this composition is 3 seconds, same size. Okay, just a simple scene that you can understand easily. So first of all, on this scene, right, I'm going to make three objects in this scene here. So I'm going to make the red star. Okay, the red star. And of course, just remind yourself, if I want to move my anchor point from center of the canvas to the center of the object, right, by pressing Y, and then I'm going to just drag the anchor point right to the center. Okay, all right. So now I think I got that, and I press V, a shortcut to selection. Then I change the color of my star to be a red star. Okay, so now I got a red star right here. Okay, so what I want to do, I'm going to make a red, green, and blue. Okay, so this is the red star right there, and then I can rename the layer. Okay, red, and then I can copy and press. So I move the next one right here. Okay, so to make it a green star, and then change the color to be green, and then copy and press. Right, then so that will be the blue one. So rename that number 3 to be a blue. Okay, so now we have all 3 layers, and this should be blue color. All right, okay, so now you got all these 3. So basically all these 3 layer, right, if you look at the position, if you look at the position, you will see the X and Y, right, on the X and Y only, and everything was just lay on the same level of panel. Okay, and now I'm going to add the camera and into that. So the way to add the camera into that, you go to layer, new, and select camera, or control alternate shift C, right? So when you add the camera, there are 2 types of camera. One is a 1 node camera and 2 node camera. So 1 node camera is a camera that have only the camera itself point straight out of the camera. But 2 node camera is allow you to modify the target where the camera is pointing to. So I'm going to show you with 2 node camera, and I can name the camera the way I like. Maybe I can name the camera A. Okay, And of course you can have the set of lens, different kind of lens. So any lens that below 50, right, like 35, 25, 24, 20, so this is going to be wide angle. And anything that above 50, like 80, 135 and 200, is going to be tele lens. So in this case here, I'm going to use a preset as a 50 millimeter lens. Okay, and I'm going to enable depth of field, and then aperture f-stop 5.6, right? I can change the unit later. All right, okay, so now I click OK, and then so it's give me some warning. The camera must be used, it will not affect 2D layer, it have to be in 3D layer only. All right, so now I add the camera on, and I'm going to enable the 3D layer to all of this. So I'm going to check all of this. All right, and I like you to point out something for you on the position. So right now, I toggle between 3D and 2D. If it's 2D, right, it give me only X and Y position. But if I enable 3D, it's going to give you additional the third number, right, which is CX. So I can also doing the same with the rest of that. So now you can see all, right, all red, green, blue is have the same panel layer. So that means everything will be the same. All right, and let's see. All right, okay, so now you have X, Y, and Z. And what it look like right now is look like this. If I look on the custom view, right, so I can zoom out, so you can see my camera is right here, and it's pointing to red, green, and blue star, just a very thin piece of star, lay on the 3D environments. So if I toggle to the camera A view, right, so I can see the way the camera view at it, and I can toggle this into full view, so you can see how this thing look from the top, and how this thing look from the front, and how this thing look from the camera, and how this thing look from the right view. Okay, so this is quite useful. For example, if I like to adjust the red layer, okay, the red layer, and I want to bring it forward to the camera, I can do it by the number, okay, right here. If I go positive negative number, right, so you can see the camera, the object is moving forward the camera with negative number. For example, I can punch in here and use negative 500, enter. So now you can see this number, the red object is moving. So, or I can just roll over this, right, and you can see when I roll over, it change X, Y, and Z, right? So if I move the Z X forward, okay, so you can see the camera A, the red star getting bigger since it's moving forward to the camera. So now I'm moving forward to 1000, so I can punch in the number here to make 1000 exactly 1000. All right, okay, so now you can see the star is red star getting bigger, and green star, I just leave the green star the way it is, and then I select the blue star, okay, and the blue star, instead of negative number, I'm going to push it to positive number 1000 back. So now you can see the red, the green, and the blue, right, come from different layer now. So if you look at in one view, right, okay, let me look back to one view, and I look that view to the custom view, right, so you can see the red star is closer to the camera, the green star is on the same on the original panel, and then the blue star is just way back, right? Okay, so now let me turn back to the active camera view and on the two view port horizontally. Okay, so this way you can see clearer from the top, and also you can see the star from the sides right now. So what I like to mention next is the camera effects on here, right? So you have the depth of field on. So now you can see this is camera range, and also right now the aperture is only 25 pixel. So I'm going to change it, bigger aperture, so you can see a depth of field effects. So I'm going to punch in 100, right? So 100 is not much, but okay, let me try 500. So with 500 you can see more obvious, right now you can see the red star, the green star, and the blue star, right? But okay, let me point out of this one, right? I can say the focus distance. The focus distance is about 3,000 or 6,000 something. So now I'm going to adjust the focus distance, okay, to to match the green star, okay. So I adjust the focus distance back to match the green star, okay. So you can see the focus distance, which is back off to the green star right now, okay. It's line up with the green. So the green star look very sharp, but the red star is blur, right? And the blue star also blur. So if I like to exaggerate this effect a bit more, so instead of 500, I'm going to give about 750. So now you can see the red is blur because it's the red object is just not line up with the focus distance. The focus distance is just line up with the green, okay. Now what I like to show you, right, I like to move my camera. Okay, let's move the camera a bit. So I move the camera. So when I move the camera, you can see the focus distance shift from red from green to red now, okay. So now you can see the red is sharper in focus, and the green is blur, and the blue is blur more, something like that. And then now what I like to show you, right, if I move this, right, okay, if I animate this from the distance of the axis of the camera, so I'm going to go to transform and see position, and then I'm going to start recording keyframe, okay. So now I have this red, okay, this red layer in focus, and then if I move it through and change the focus to the blue, okay, so now you can see I have two keyframes. Start from the red, right, and then it's moving forward to the blue, something like that. So now you can see the effect of 3D, all right. And if I like to add something more interesting, even though this object is not moving at all, the only thing that moving is the camera. So I can add some of the setting by using the the rotation, and I can rotate on the Z axis, okay, and then I make it go to in one rotation, okay, one revolution, and let's see what happened. All right, so now you can see the object is not moving at all, but the only thing that move is the camera. And then at the end, right, at the end I can just go through it by P position, and then let this thing just go all the way. All right, okay, so now you can see the animation is start right there. Okay, something like that. So now you got the 3D effects, with the camera on that. Thank you.